Hey guys! I wanted to show you all what a week in my life looks like in terms of studying. This past week has been really busy because I've had a lot of things going on. Every single day I've had something unusual that takes up a lot of my time after school, and so my time for studying and doing homework has become even less because I do like to get to bed as early as I possibly can. So I just kind of wanted to show you how I balance my homework as well as my busy schedule. I start off with Sunday night where I've already completed all my homework. I try to get the majority of my homework done on Saturday if I don't have a huge marching band competition, and then I just kind of finished up loose ends Sunday morning and relaxed for the rest of Sunday. That evening I got out my planner. For those of you who are new to my channel, it is a Hobonichi Cousin, and I used this little sticker set from Craftylicious Loves and I planned out my entire week. The reason I do this is because the monthly view doesn't have nearly as much space as I'd like it to for me to write down all of the things I have to do each day, and so this week gives me a nice overview of all of the things I have going on over the next couple of days. So I find it's really useful for me to start my week this way just so I can anticipate everything that I have to do during the week. So Monday was super busy because I ended up having 3 different rehearsals. I had symphonic band for my school and marching band, and then after that I had to leave to go to an outside wind ensemble rehearsal that I participate in. So I really didn't get home until about 9:30, and if I have rehearsal I usually get home by like 6:45, and so that's like a lot of extra time that I am not at home. So I spent a lot of my time in the car reviewing over stuff for my math test the next day, as well as doing some of my Spanish homework, as well as finishing up some AP Gov work. And so I get home and I check my planner. I'd already checked off everything that I'd completed along the day, and I found that really the only thing I had left to do that was urgent was to study for my huge math test that I had on Tuesday. So I quickly just went through my planner and then I went over and I studied for math. I had already completed all of the worksheets and review sheets that were assigned in preparation for this BC Calc test. So I got out this AP prep book. This is a Princeton review one, and I turned to the chapters that we were going over, and first I went through and I read through the concepts as they were presented in the chapter just as a quick review, and I went through and highlighted important information and wrote some things in the margins. And after doing that, I decided to do just a few practice problems from each of the little practice problem sections for each chapter, and I found that this was just really useful to review certain concepts that we may not have gone through as thoroughly during class. And I'm using the same little Rhodia grid notebook that I've done all of my math homework in for the last 2 years, and I talked about that in my binder organization video that I recently did. So if you're curious about that, definitely check it out. Next, I opened up my laptop and I watched some video lectures on the topic that I was covering, just as another way to reinforce certain topics. And I went through and I did special cases with E and LN, and I found that doing that just really helped me solidify concepts, especially because I was really exhausted from a really long day of school and rehearsals, and so I found this was a better way for me to study because I was getting really tired of doing practice problems. Next, I decided that I really wanted to just go over the really tough problems in my review sheet that was given to us, and so I quickly just did a couple of problems just as last minute review. And in the morning on Tuesday I went and I did some practice AP free response and just asked my teacher a couple of my last minute questions, and I felt really prepared for that test. Because I took that test on Tuesday, I was really mentally exhausted and really drained, And so when I got home, I decided that I didn't want to put out a video for Wednesday because I knew it would take up like a bunch of my time that I didn't have to spare, because I did have a lot of things that I really needed to get done for my other classes. And so as soon as I got home at about 4:30-ish, I decided that I really wanted to get ahead on my English vocab because I have a quiz coming up, and I decided that I just wanted to write down all of the definitions just to make myself extra prepared, because I can study consistently from then on through the quiz day. And so I made 2 summary foldables. You guys know all about this method. I've talked about it in my alternative to flashcards video, and I've mentioned it in a bunch of my note-taking videos as well. But basically, I just put the term on one side and the definition on the other side of a folded sheet of paper. I used my zebra mild liners to highlight, and I don't know, I find this method is just really, really useful for me. It's very quick and takes up a lot less space than having a flashcard for each individual word. After doing that, I checked my planner and noticed I had a couple things left to do, and so I went ahead and tried to complete it. I do have a study hall during the day, and so on Tuesday at school, I'd already completed a lot of the homework that I had been assigned, and I find that it's just a really useful thing that my school allows us to do that helps me get ahead because I have time in school to do my homework. That Tuesday night, I had a concert to perform in for my school, so that took about 2.5 hours, and I finally got home and decided that the best use of my time would be to catch up on reading Jane Eyre. I have to read and annotate the book by next Tuesday, so I just wanted to do a little bit every single day just to really try to avoid cramming and doing like 300 pages in one night. And I'm using my Muji twin tip highlighters for annotating, as well as a Muji black ballpoint pen. Usually when I have school, I fill out my planner with my tasks and assignments while I am at school, like during class. When I'm assigned homework, I write it in my planner. But on Wednesday, I had a senior field trip, so I didn't actually have like any class except for like last block. And so when I got home, then I filled in my planner with everything I needed to get done, just to catch up and, double check that I've completed everything that I need to complete. So that's why I always really like to use a planner, because I can put everything down on paper, so I make sure I don't forget anything. So this Wednesday, I didn't get home until like 6:45 or 7-ish because I did have rehearsal. And so when I got home after filling out my planner, I went ahead and worked on my physics project. It's a group project, but luckily this time I'm not doing all of the work, and I'm able to just do my portion of the project. And after doing that, I went ahead and checked my planner once more and decided that I really just needed to go watch the debate, because the United States presidential debates are actually a really big deal, and I do have to watch them for my AP government assignments. And after that, I also practiced my instrument for about an hour or 2 hours, I can't really remember. And I decided then it was really late and I really needed to go to bed, and so I did. Thursday was another super busy day because I had rehearsal, and then after that I had something to do with an honor society, and so I didn't get home until almost 9 p.m. And as soon as I got home, I practiced my instrument, because I try not to practice too late because it does kind of bother our neighbors and stuff like that. But I practiced for about an hour because I did have a performance the next day, and I really wanted to just double check all of the areas I needed to. So after practicing, the next urgent thing was to revise an essay that was due on Friday, and we were allowed to revise to earn some extra points back on those essays for my AP literature class. And I quickly did that and then went to bed as soon as I could after watching some of the news and stuff like that, as well as watching Project Runway. After that, I went to bed. So Friday was another really busy day for me because I did have a school field trip to attend, and so I missed most of my classes. And after school, I went shopping with my friend for things for our Halloween costumes, as well as buying some snacks for our marching band competition on Saturday. And after she dropped me home at 5:30, I had a couple hours before I was going to go out again. So the first thing I did was take out my planner. Since I didn't write in it on Friday's spread, I turned to Thursdays and opened up my bullet journal, quickly made a spread for the weekend, and decided to go with a green theme, which I was pretty happy with. And basically, I migrated all of the tasks that I didn't finish on Thursday into Friday's bullet journal spread, and After I did that, I also went through and I just did a lot of catch-up work. I did all of my AP Spanish homework, half of my AP Literature homework, caught up with a group project for AP Gov, so I'm done with the weekend if I don't want to get ahead and do further chapters. And I also practiced my instrument for a bit, so I did do a lot within like a 2-hour span, so I was pretty happy about that. At about 7, I went out with my friends to watch an improv comedy group, and so I didn't get home until like 9:45, but once I did, I decided to start making dinner, and then I studied some English vocab. The reason that I'm doing so much homework on a Friday night is because I don't have a Saturday to do my homework because I have a giant marching band competition to attend, and that's going to take up all day. And after I went through my English vocab summary foldables, I did a lot of my math homework. I actually finished all my math homework. I'm doing like indefinite integrals and like Euler's method and stuff, so it's just really important that I get all my homework done because I really didn't want to have to do a lot on Sunday. So I did my math homework, and after that I went ahead and I started uploading clips for this video and started uploading it and all that fun editing stuff. And then Saturday all day I am doing marching band, and Sunday is where this video ends. So I really hope that you guys kind of enjoyed this sort of video. Let me know in the comments if you did and if you want to see more videos like this, and I hope all of you guys have a wonderful next week. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel because I post videos every Wednesday and Sunday. You can add me on Snapchat and follow me on Instagram and my Tumblr account. Bye guys!